The best handheld in the game is this streaming device right here. Nearly a year after its release, it has finally been the best companion to the PlayStation as far as streaming and a whole new things, all to a new update that we're going to start talking about. I have a few pros and cons on why you should get this on your Christmas list before the end of the year. Let's get started. All right, let's get the burden out of the way. There's a few cons that I want to talk about this device. Not big deals, but things that you should look out for if you want to buy this. Number one being stick drift. If you get stick drift on a device like this, you got to tear it down to a lot of bare bones. There's some videos out there that make it look easy. There's obviously experts out there that change them a lot frequently since it's been out for a year. But PlayStation hasn't came out with a direct fitment to replace those stick drifts. It's aftermarket support that you can fix if you have that problem. I have yet to have that problem. I've only had this for a few weeks, but I love it. It's bound to happen. I've had controllers that had it done in the past, and that's why I went ahead and bought the DualSense Edge. The DualSense Edge, you can easily take off the face of it and pretty much pull them out. Now, PlayStation should have kept that in mind when they were making this, because it's not very user-friendly if this does happen. These are $200 a piece, and I would hate to have you or myself have to buy a new one of these if you're not capable of changing out the sticks. Which also piggybacks off of everything that's in this is the thumbsticks are a little bit small. They're not like your typical controller. I don't know the exact diameter, but they are smaller. It does fit the device very, very well, but a guy like me with bigger hands, I'm a mechanic, so I do like to play this, but I feel like that the sticks are just a little bit on the smaller side, you know, and no one likes a small thing, everyone likes a big thing. 3, battery life. They say you can get about 6 to 7 hours on a battery charge of this thing. I've been getting like 3 to 4 with the natural settings of this device. I want to use all the capabilities of the DualSense. Yeah, I could have used my phone and another controller, but you wouldn't have the DualSense capability, and that's why I bought this. It's just convenient to throw in a bag, keep it going, and the battery life just isn't as good as I want it to be. I haven't had it die on me, but I've had about 3.5 hours till it's at like 1 bar. That's not enough for me. I need more. I get immersed into my games, and the last thing I want to do is hold this thing up connected to a charger to make that happen. To piggyback off of it, the charging port. This was a great placement by PlayStation to do this, but what they could have lacked is to do wireless charging, or had a different type of charging port. There is a dock that I ordered from Amazon. They're $30, and it just sits in the dock very nicely. Has an RGB light that goes around it. Very unique, very cool. But there's other companies out there that make these charging decks. I'll leave a link down below, but the one that I'm talking about, you know, it takes the part of your charger that always stays in here, and then you kind of just dock it, and it's almost like a wireless charger. So you're not always constantly wearing out that port and making the battery life go down. So if you do get one of these, get a good charging dock for it, and try to be smarter about it than I did. You know, the $30 for the PlayStation one, yeah, it's gonna look good, it's gonna match everything, but there was nothing wrong with getting an aftermarket one. That probably would have been the way better way to go, and in due time I'm probably gonna do that. Number 4, and this is kind of like my own personal preference, I have a Switch OLED. They dropped the ball on this. I would have paid $350, maybe not $400, but I would have paid at least $300 to $350 if this came with an OLED display. We were talking brighter colors, darker blacks, getting that screen to do the most. You can get better frames per second in a OLED screen. Now I know a lot of this is the streaming capability of how much data can be forced into this to kind of get you the best picture. Games play very well on this, but your faster playing games like Fortnite, or not Forza, but The Crew, like games like that, the faster you move, you start seeing not like shudders, but it drops the frames dramatically. An OLED screen would have looked phenomenal on this device. And, you know, they just dropped the ball. Maybe they will come out with a pro version that you can jump right in and have an OLED screen, and you could change out these for stick drift, so it's way easier, and maybe a bigger battery. And maybe they might have an upgraded dock to where it's like a wireless charger of some sort. But those are my biggest things on why I may have not have bought it. I gotta take a sip of my big ass sippy cup. Mama said that all the pros overweigh the cons. I'm gonna tell you why. Starting off with the DualSense capability with this controller, you pretty much are taking your PlayStation to the next level with this bad boy. With the screen ratio and the controller, it is just a perfect handheld device. You know, there's the fact that you have haptic feedback at the tips of your fingers is just astonishing. I mean, whatever PlayStation did to pack this in this little thing is just freaking awesome. This beats Game Pass, this beats the Nintendo Switch because of the versatileness of the new update. The fact that you can play high-end AAA games at the tips of your fingers with hotel Wi-Fi, airport Wi-Fi, whatever you name it, this thing is on the next level. But I got this as a gift, and I'm not gonna lie, my fiance bought this for me, and it is a wonderful companion. I am 456 miles from home, and as you can see, this thing doesn't miss. I've had times where it's showing me, oh, your internet connection is not that great. But I'm telling you, this thing runs flawlessly. And no longer come the days where you need to connect to your PlayStation 5. You don't even need a PlayStation 5. If you took advantage of the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday deals where, you know, your membership was half off, you know, yearly it's like $170. You could have paid like $80, $85 for the whole year to have AAA games at the tip of your fingers streaming. This could be your PlayStation. This could be your entry level into PlayStation if you own a crappy Xbox or a Nintendo Switch. Like, you know, the adult way of playing these games is right here, right now. You know, so drop down below. Tell me all the things that you want to know. So what's the verdict? What am I going to tell you? Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? You tell me. I gave you enough pros and cons to make you make that decision, but what I'm going to tell you is being a traveling technician on the road all the time, this is the next best thing. I no longer come the days where I need to drag the PlayStation and try to hook it up to a TV and do all that stuff. It's right here at my fingertips. I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me more things down below that you want to see. You know, I'm starting to get into this to where I want to build my channel and bring in different types of audiences like you gamers out there, and obviously the mechanics. They're going to see this post down below and be like, what's that guy doing? But either way, I hope you like it. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.